Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated Journato evening headlines on June 28, 2022. In the drink after a drink. Spanish city to charge for emergency rescues at sea. China cuts COVID quarantine time for international travelers. Reuters.com. Global shares rise as China eases quarantine restrictions. Financial Times. China halves quarantine time for overseas travelers. Arab News. FTSE 100 hits over 2-week high as China eases COVID curbs. Reuters.com. China slashes quarantine restrictions as COVID cases fall. Canadian man explains why he is planning on assisted suicide at 20 years old. January 6 hearing, live, ex-Trump Chief of Staff's top aide expected to testify before investigating committee. The Independent, January 6 hearing moved up because of safety fears for Meadows' aide. The Independent, U.S. Capitol riot panel promises new evidence at surprise Tuesday hearing. Reuters, U.S. Capitol riots, surprise last-minute hearing announced by committee investigating January 6 riot. Non-essential petrol sales halted for 2 weeks in Sri Lanka. BBC, Sri Lanka stops selling fuel to non-essential vehicles. The Telegraph, Sri Lanka suspends fuel sales for 2 weeks as economic crisis worsens. The Guardian, Sri Lanka shuts school and orders work from home amid fuel shortage. The Independent, Sri Lanka halts fuel supplies for private vehicles. Why US women are deleting their period tracking apps. The Guardian, assume your data is wanted by police. Digital rights campaigners warn after US abortion decision. The Independent, abortion ruling could scramble data privacy talks. The Washington Post, Supreme Court's Roe decision forces social media sites to confront misinformation yet again. Bloomberg, Democrats want to block tech companies from tracking abortion patients. Ukraine News, Live. UK must be ready to fight Putin's Russia, Army Chief says. The Independent, Olaf Scholz says world must avoid Putin's trap, and claims of discord. The Guardian, G7 leaders condemn Russia's illegal and unjustifiable war as summit closes. Evening Standard, bold G7 promises must now be fulfilled. The Telegraph, Ukraine war, Zelensky says he wants war over by winter before conditions make fightback more difficult as G7 leaders reaffirm their support. Nazi guard, 101, jailed for 5 years for serving in concentration camp. The Independent, 101-year-old former Nazi concentration camp guard jailed for 5 years. Sky News, former Nazi camp guard, 101, convicted of complicity in murders. The Guardian, Nazi war criminal Joseph Schutz, 101, is oldest to be convicted. The Times, 101-year-old man convicted of being Nazi guard jailed for 5 years in Germany. COP15, lack of political leadership leaves crucial nature summit in peril, warn NGOs. Amtrak derailment, live, Missouri farmer warned about train crossing before fatal dump truck crash. The Independent, Amtrak derailment, 3 killed in Missouri after train hits truck. BBC, US, 3 people killed after train collides with lorry in Missouri. Metro.co.uk, 3 people killed as Amtrak train derails after colliding with lorry in Missouri. Boy missing for 8 days in Germany found alive in sewer. Sky News, Germany, missing boy found alive in sewer after 8 days. Number 10 to ditch defense spending manifesto pledged defense policy. The Guardian, Boris Johnson to pledge billions more on defense. The Times, Boris Johnson to break manifesto commitment on defense spending. The Telegraph, Wallace warns Russia may lash out as he calls for rise in defense spending. Evening Standard, Britain must continue to increase investment on defense, says minister. Number of migrants found dead inside truck on Texas-Mexico border rises to 50. Sky News, San Antonio trailer, latest, death toll rises to 50 as Texas governor blames Biden. The Independent, these deaths are on Biden. Texas governor blames president after bodies of at least 46 people found in lorry. Sky News, Texas migrant deaths, at least 50 bodies found in trailer truck near San Antonio. Death toll at Ukraine shopping mall hit by Russian missiles climbs to 18. The Independent, Ukraine war, Russian scumbag terrorists condemned by Zelensky after calculated missile strike on shopping center. Sky News, Russia-Ukraine war, 21 people still missing after Kremenchuk shopping center attack, live. The Guardian, innocent victims of Vladimir Putin's terror strike. Evening Standard, Russia claims responsibility for Kremenchuk malls. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.